Welcome in another mini common art session. This time with the topic, letting go of things. What does it mean? Sometimes we like to keep many things in our homes, and sometimes these things are old or they don't work anymore. We have our closets full of clothes, full of shoes, full of things that maybe they don't fit anymore or we don't like anymore. But we are sometimes like, we don't want to get rid of things. Okay. So we're going to explore this with a photograph, and we're going to reflect about the importance of keeping objects that still bring joy to us and discard or let go those which have fulfilled their mission and they are no longer beneficial to keep in our homes. What activities are we going to do? The first one is a brain gym exercise for the eyes. It is an excellent exercise if you spend many hours in front of a computer or an electronic device, because our eyes are fixed on the screen and they don't move very much. So it is important to move our eyes so as to fortify, to strengthen the muscles in our eyes and keep our vision healthy. Then we're going to share views on a photograph and reflect a little bit about certain objects. Do you still bring joy to me? Should I keep you, or should I let you go? And then, well, a little exercise for you to reflect during the week or the coming days. That is called 2 and 2. So, are we ready to start? Let's go for the lazy 8s. In this exercise, we're going to relax our eyes. And so we're going to put the thumb of your dominant hand in front of our eyes, looking at it the entire time. So my dominant hand is my left hand. I'm a left-handed. So I put it in front of my eyes, and I am going to do the lazy 8s, or the infinite symbol, without moving my head, just moving my arm and moving my eyeballs or my pupils, okay? I follow the 8 and I try to make it big, 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 big. Follow, up, center, down, down, up, center again, down. Let's do it 3 times. To one side. And you might perceive that there is some pain in the muscles of your eyes. Just like any exercise that we do, sometimes we get pain. And remember the saying, no pain, no gain. Up. Then we go the other way. Last time I was moving from left to right, and this time I'm moving from right to left. Following the 8 with my eyeballs 3 times. Okay, I let my arm rest and I take my non-dominant hand and do it again. I will start to the right. You can start either side. Down, center, up, left, down, center, 3 times. Other way. And then my left side, as big as you possibly can, following your thumb with your sight. Trying not to move your head. . All right. Whenever it is possible for you, if you spend long hours in front of the computer, try and do this exercise. It only will take you 3 minutes or so, or other exercises to move your eyes and blink. It's also a good exercise, blink, so that your eyes get hydrated. Okay, let's move on. And now I'm going to show you the image that I would like us to talk about. I'm going to share it full screen so that you can see it better. All right? Let me share screen. So please take a look at it, observe the details, the setting, the objects. What can you see? It's a black and white photograph. Yes, it was taken by my brother, René Grobet. He's an excellent photographer, and it's called Love Seat. Love seat is a piece of furniture, a sofa for two people only. That's why it's called love seat. Can you see it? What can you observe? What kind of a love seat is it? It looks rather rusty. The tapestry is torn out. Yes, it's outside of the house. Maybe it has received some rain and wind and animals. And look at the cottage behind the sofa. It's a wooden cabin, looks also old. You see that the window is closed with some pieces of wood. And what is this place? Where is it? Where do you imagine this photo was taken? Take a look at the kind of trees, the kind of vegetation. What is next to the love seat? Take a close look to it. If you have a touch screen, maybe you can zoom in to see what objects are next to the sofa. Yes, we can see a basket, something that looks like a bottle of wine, or maybe a pan. What is on the sofa? Some pieces of clothes. Would you say that anybody lives in this wooden cabin? If so, do the people living in there have a new sofa and that's why they have taken the sofa, the old sofa, out of the house? Why haven't they got rid of it? Do you think they still use it? Maybe it was an important part of their lives. Maybe it represents things for them and they don't want to get rid of it. They want to keep it. But in the outside, maybe when they come they come back home, they can take a rest over there. Would you sit on that sofa? What kind of stories do you think that this love seat can tell? Maybe there were children jumping on it, or they had great moments watching television on it or doing other things. And maybe they keep it over there because sometimes they have barbecues outside the house and they enjoy sitting there, enjoy having a nice moment outside, outside the house. What does the weather look like? It looks kind of foggy, right? Or cloudy. Do you think it's cold over there? Now, if you would like to know where this photograph was taken, ask the question on the chat, and I will let you know what place this is. Okay? So think of the people living there. What are their stories? What's the story behind the sofa? What adventures did they live over there? What other kinds of, what other things do these people have inside the home, if anybody lives there? Or if not, is it empty, dirty, shut off? You can create a story with this image. I think it would be fascinating to create a story over here. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Have you heard of Marie Kondo and her method? Well, Marie Kondo is a Japanese woman who lives in the United States, and she talks about keeping things that are precious to you, that have a meaning for you, and getting rid of things that we don't use anymore, or we don't like, or they have no purpose. Because many times we keep books, I don't know, casseroles, pots and pans, pieces of furniture, clothes, etc., that take a lot of space in our houses, and we don't live very comfortably. Remember that, well, the Japanese people have this mentality of living in small spaces and only having the basic things. So Marie Kondo implemented a method, and now it's called the Marie Kondo Method. You can look it up on Google. I know it would be very easy for you to find out. But what does she say? She says, number one, and you can read on the screen that we have over there. Number one, respect your belongings. Consider the happiness of your items. If everything around you looks miserable, you're going to feel that way too. So everything around your house must have a meaning, must have a reason to be there. Because if you're full with things, that your mind is also full of things, and you cannot think properly. You cannot bring new objects. You cannot bring new ideas. If your house looks miserable, you will feel miserable too. Number two, you can look on the screen. Take off the nostalgia glasses. Sometimes we hold onto things because of the memories they bring. It is important not to let the sentiment take control. Yeah, some things are very precious to us. I might confess, I want to confess over here, that if you see some dictionaries over there, they are old dictionaries that I don't use anymore, but they have a reason, okay? Well, yes, it's sentimental, definitely, because they are the first dictionaries that I got when I was studying to become a translator and an English teacher. So they bring lots of memories to me, and maybe I should get rid of them. But every time I try to get rid of them, my heart, something inside of me tells me, no, I want to keep them. So there must be a balance also. Yes. We hold on to things because of the memories they bring, but we shouldn't let sentiment take control. Next one, number 3, she says, purging is great. Sometimes it feels good to keep hold on things, but it also feels great to allow yourself the freedom to move on. Yeah, I have kept these dictionaries, but I have got rid of many papers, many photocopies, much material that I have used during my 44 years experience giving English lessons that I don't use anymore, because now it's very easy to look up anything on the computer. So yes, it feels good to keep things, but it also feels good to allow yourself the freedom to move on. If you need to move to a different place, then you will have less things to carry with you. The burden, the weight on your shoulders will be less. And next one, fall in love with what you keep. So that's the situation with my dictionaries. You will start to see the value in the items around you. Surround yourself with things that move your life in a positive direction. Okay, yes. So these dictionaries remind me of who I was or who I am, and how I would like to keep on learning things. And the other items that you see here and there, they also represent certain things in my life. The musical instruments I keep, or certain items that I have brought from different countries in my trips, or I don't know, things that I have received from my dearest ones. So I fall in love with these items and I see the value in them, so I want to keep them. So take into consideration these 4 pieces of advice that Marie Kondo gives us in order to decide which things I should keep and which things I should let go or get rid of. Okay? You want to get rid of old clothes? Do you want to get rid of old shoes? Do you want to get rid of old books? Okay, now decide if you want to throw them away to the garbage, or if you decide to donate them, if they might have a value, if they might be worth keeping for somebody else. And so the next exercise that I would like us to do, and this will be like the last part of this session. Think about 2 objects you may want to get rid of. And what's the reason you want to get rid of? For example, if you had a kind of sofa, like the one in the photograph, would you like to keep it or would you like to throw it away? If it was my sofa, I would get rid of it because, well, it's ugly, it's dirty, it's old. I know it may have lots of stories in the many years that the sofa or the love seat has belonged in the family, but whether I try to fix it or I get rid of it. Think of 2 objects, okay, that you want to get rid of. And why would you like to get rid of them? And also think about 2 objects that you have kept for a long time and wouldn't like to get rid of. And what's the reason? Well, I mentioned the dictionaries. I can say that I have kept certain pieces of jewelry that, well, I mean, They are not worth lots of money, but they bring me memories of my youth, or bring me memories of different occasions, or bring me memories of people who gave them to me. I keep perhaps too many books, but some of them I consider them essential because I might need them, because they bring me memories, because sometimes I go back to them to check, I don't know, some pieces of information inside of them. I have kept some casseroles because I also like cooking, and I wouldn't like to get rid of them, even though I have got rid of many pots and pans because I don't cook as much as before. Some of them have a special value, and I know that maybe one day when my family visits me, I will have to cook bigger quantities, and I want to keep them because they are good casseroles, or good pots, or good pans. What about you? Do you keep many things inside your house? Or do you try to keep only the basic stuff? And well, to close up this session, I would like to share with you a quote by Marie Kondo. And she says, "But when we really delve into the reasons for why we can't let something go, there are only two: an attachment to the past, or a fear for the future." And this is a very interesting quote. When we really delve into the reasons, when we really try to find the reasons deep inside our hearts or our brains, why am I keeping this if I'm not using it? Why do I keep it? There can only be two reasons: attachment to the past, which would be my case about the dictionaries or about other books that I keep. An attachment to the past, yes, I want to remember when I was a student at university and the kind of books that I used, because at that time there was no internet, there were no computers, so I had to do my translations in writing using dictionaries. Or a fear for the future. Many times we keep clothes or shoes or other pieces of garment or casseroles or whatever because we fear that in the future we might not have the money to buy more clothes, to buy another pair of pants, to buy another piece of furniture, a sofa, a chair, a table. And we are afraid that if the economic situation gets worse, I won't be able to replace that thing that I just threw away. What's the reason you keep things? Is it an attachment to the past? Or is it a fear for the future? Don't worry. I mean that I think that everybody has some attachments to the past and some fears about the future. So according to Marie Kondo, what you should do every time that you are deciding to keep an object or letting it go, what you should do is to take it and sort of have a conversation with it. Grab it and ask yourself questions. Is this object still precious for me? Should I keep it? Is it because I have an attachment to the past? Is it because I have fear for the future? Or is it because I love it and I want to keep it? It would take time, I understand. Sometimes we just throw things away and then we might get some regrets. So next time you want to go into your closet and decide which objects you keep or not, you can try the Marie Kondo method. Same thing. If you're planning to move to another city, to move to a different house, different place, and you don't want to take everything because maybe the place is bigger or smaller or newer, I don't know, a better place, and you have money to replace things. Think about it. How many things that you possess right now would you move, would you take when you move to a new house? I hope you have enjoyed today's session, and I hope to see you again next week for another mini common art. Remember, we have every Sunday, we have a new mini common art. Well, the premiere is at 10 in the morning, Mexico City time, but it stays on YouTube. So please subscribe to my channel, and you can activate the notifications so that you receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And remember to follow me in my social media, Instagram, Facebook, okay? You have the contact over there. I share other things because, well, as an English teacher, I have different ways to teach English. And let me tell you that right now we are on promotion. If you know anybody who doesn't speak any English and would like to start from zero, I have a course online that is called A Voyage of Discovery to learn English from zero. I hope you have an excellent day, and remember, we keep in touch. You can leave comments, questions, stories, participate in this session with your viewpoints, your comments, your ideas, your experiences. See you soon. Bye.